Connected. Are we live and connected or what? Are
Just
we
keep talking so I can test the
testing?
audio.
1, 2, 3. Here we go again. Same old stuff again. Working with the Polish crew. Another hour and we'll be through.
Hurry up, Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah,
This is
Ben,
your
hurry up,
production.
man.
I'm glad everybody holds you accountable.
Yeah, they should. They hold me
You
accountable
should.
for everybody else's mistakes in life. I'm tired of that.
That's the business owner.
Yeah, I don't want the business.
Here we go.
There
All
we
right.
go. We're back in business.
There you go.
Somebody,
Here we go.
somebody
We're
told
good.
me.
We're good.
Somebody
We're
said,
We're
"Oh,
live.
you."
We got volume.
Somebody said, "You built an empire." I said,
Perfect.
"Yeah, but the Empire Strikes Back." All right.
All right, we're live. We're live.
We're live,
And we're back
and
on.
we're back on.
Sorry, everybody. We had some technical difficulties.
We had-
I'll
We
take the
didn't
blame
have
for that
technical
one as I
Little
usually
Ben
do.
don't care.
Because
Too busy playing real
too busy
estate
working.
instead of
Busy
fixing the
playing
podcast
real
room.
estate.
Sorry, you
We don't
guys.
even have our own computer.
You know?
We don't have a computer. Hey, can you play that thing where we call my mother? That track?
That was me. That was me.
Why, you feel like laughing?
Yeah,
Does it
I need
get
a
your
laugh.
energy up?
After the week,
All right.
I need a laugh, and the week just started today.
After the
Why did the
first
stadium get hot after the game?
What?
Why did the stadium get hot after the game?
Hot?
Hot.
I don't know why.
All the fans left.
Oh. Very good. That's what he learns in school. What else you got?
Right.
Tell us another one. What else you got? Come on.
That's it.
You got another one. Don't be afraid. Don't be
still
Not on
shy.
air.
What do you got?
Not on air.
I got one, but it's kind of, you know.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
saying
No.
bad things behind my back?
Oh.
What do you got,
Aaron?
Rafael? We going to talk to anybody today? We can try to help anybody in real estate?
All
Or
right,
we going to do
everybody.
anything?
Aaron, give them
We're going
the,
to
give
sit
them
in
the
this room
spiel.
with these three monkeys.
Where do they need to go? How do they need to do
Go
it?
to benmallah.com and go to the podcast tab and then enter all your information, email. Yeah, information, email, etc. All that stuff.
You guys know what to do, okay? Go to the benmallah.com website. Find something on there that says ask a question and click
Ask
on
Ben
it.
Mallah.
When are
Okay.
you going to actually answer
Not
the
Ben
questions that
Jr.
they're
No,
asking?
Yeah, don't ask
Mallah.
Ben Jr. because I don't.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
don't know nothing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, Ben.
I don't know, Ben.
All right,
I
here
had
we
a
go.
roommate in college. He used to tell me this. I'd come home and I say, "Hey," I don't remember his name, but I say, "Hey, you want to go out?" He goes, "I don't know, Ben." And I say, "Hey, there's gonna be girls there." I don't know, Ben. I was like, "There's gonna be drinks and partying." I don't know, Ben.
Oh, I know
He
you
probably
went.
graduated. And
He probably did. And
he
you
probably
drunk
graduated,
out.
and
I
had a great time.
You drunk. You partied for 1 year. Wow. Anyway, and you didn't even show up. This guy rents an apartment, registers his school, and don't show up.
King of beer
He
pong.
just stays in the house and parties all day. Okay, what else we got?
I heard he was
Rafael?
undefeated in beer pong,
Yeah,
but
me
that's
too.
just me.
I got plaques.
Me too.
Just people signing in.
Yeah,
all
people
right,
are
yeah.
signing in, coming in.
How
Tell
about
us
a
the
phone
story.
call?
What'd you do this weekend?
You don't want to know what I did.
I
want
want to know what you did this weekend. What did you do this
You
weekend?
don't want to know.
I
wanna
threw
know.
Friday
a big
night.
party.
Was it Friday? No, Saturday night. Saturday night, we attended a charity event for the mentally disabled. I don't know what the politically correct
Be
name is
careful.
to say, but I had an aunt like that, and these people take care of all the people that nobody else wants to take care of in this town. It's called ARC, A-R-C organization.
Very good
And
organization.
they did
Very good.
wine, wheels, and wings. Or is it wings, wheels, and wine?
Triple W?
Wings,
So
wheels,
some of
and
us guys,
lines.
some of those guys bring our planes out there. I didn't bring mine. I didn't want to pay to have a plane brought over there. I ain't
Your plane
flying
is
it.
over there.
Typically, the guys that fly their own planes, those kind of guys, they bring planes.
But your plane
All right,
stays
my
there,
plane
though.
requires pilots, so I wasn't doing all that. Plus, I don't know if I can land my jet there. But anyway, I brought the Batmobile. They do wings. I do wheels, and then my wife drinks all the wine. So I brought wheels. We brought a Batmobile at the entrance, and we brought 2 Rolls Royces to be pointed to each other as you walk in. You had to walk past the 2 white Rolls Royces to give the event that little bit of class.
Very nice.
Okay?
Good.
So we stood out there. Unfortunately, it was outdoors, and we froze our you-know-what off. And it was in a hangar, an open hangar at the airport with the tables and all that in there, but it was still cold. But it was a good event for a good cause, and hopefully they raised a lot of money. And then, after I almost got sick doing that night, Aaron decided to have his 13th birthday on Sunday.
Yep.
So he invited every kid in the 7th grade.
28
We had
kids.
30 13-year-olds running around the pool, running around the place like mad. And It was, and just trying to keep control of the traffic out front with the parents dropping them off, the parents picking them up. I was working valet. I got the DJ to worry about. I got the guy cooking the damn food. Luckily, I had to watch Matt work his butt off. It was a very stressful day.
Somebody's got a stupid.
Started early in the morning and didn't end up till we cleaned up till late at night. And not even a thank you from the kid,
Hey, I said.
Don't
You really
Thank
think
you.
I didn't say thank you? I said thank you a million times.
Yeah.
You won't even let me bring
you
my
really
dog
wanna
to the
thank
house.
me. You really want to thank me. You will give me early release. Okay? Early release. Instead of waiting 4 or 5 more years for you to graduate high school, you could go away to
Actually
a
graduated
wonderful
when I'm
place
17, so.
where you live at school.
I think it's a
Donald
good
Trump,
idea.
where did Donald Trump go to high school?
Listen,
That's where you
I
need to
told
go.
you, Dad. I already told you.
Where did he go?
What
He
was the
went to
name?
New York Military Academy.
And that's where you're going, right?
Yep. And then I'm free.
No.
Why aren't you going?
No more kids to
not
worry
going.
about.
Why not?
I mean, I could go.
I will give you $100,000
No,
after.
no.
Wait. At the completion of every grade, you go there for the ninth grade. You live at the school. I'll see you on Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then at the end of it, when you
$100,000
graduate
cash.
ninth grade, I put $100,000 in the bank.
Tax
And
free?
then when you graduate,
Gifting?
you'll have $400,000
You
with
already said
compounded
something.
interest. Will probably be about $450,000 if you just free me from this prison that I'm in.
You already
Raising
told
How are
me
you
children.
in a
enough.
prison?
Listen,
You're
You already
enjoying
told me
raising
that.
your
Bet my
son.
life. I did it already, okay? How many
Okay,
times I got to do
enjoy
it? I did it with
raising
you,
your
I did it with
son.
you, and now I did it with him.
But
I
you're
did
doing
enough
it
with him
right
already.
this time.
Yeah.
I done enough
Okay.
already.
You're
He's
doing it
good.
the right way
He's
this
ready for the
time.
world.
You had 3
I
times to
prepared him.
do
He's
it.
ready for the world. Let him
you get it
fly
right
away.
this time.
Every bird's got to fly the coop.
You're gonna pick this one up
And
from
he'll be in
school
a
on
good place.
time.
He'll be where Trump went to school, and he made it to fucking president.
All right, how about 1.8?
And for him to make it a president,
1.8.
1.8.
$100,000 a year, the completion of every year.
That's only 400K.
It'll be worth a lot more then.
No.
Anyway, we'll talk later.
He's trying to get him out.
No,
All right,
no.
what else we got?
And if anybody's in a prison, I think it's
You know what I could be doing
Aaron.
right now?
Me living in the house.
Aaron, you might want to take that deal. It sounds better for you
I
to
could
leave.
be a free
for your high
bird traveling the
school.
world.
Oh, everybody's excited that Vincent's in the house. Vincent.
Vincent, yeah.
Let everybody know.
You know why he's here? Because he had to move his stuff down to his fixer-upper house he just bought on the
Fixer-upper,
water.
baby. I'm in the real estate game.
Big shot.
Fixer-upper.
Yeah. He bought a house. Oh my God. He
here we
bought
go.
a
Why you
house.
Don't
talk
start-
about my brother's house? Leave my brother's house alone.
We've been sitting here
Oh,
waiting for
anyway,
him to
hey,
restart
he
a
did follow
computer
my
for an
advice.
hour, and you
Go
talking
ahead.
about me in
Let
the
me tell you
house.
something. I guarantee, 100%, he bought the shittiest house in the most expensive neighborhood.
There we
There
go.
you go,
That's what he did do.
I watched
On
live
the
for sale
water.
videos, and I stuck
Made the
to
move.
it, and
How
I
many
made the
square
move.
feet is that friggin'
Shit, that thing's
giant
almost
thing?
5938.
6,000. Just round it up.
I'm a
baby.
real. I go by real numbers.
And every inch
5938.
of it needs new work. Needs work.
Hey, I signed your notice of commencement today.
Yeah, why don't you
Notice
commence?
the commencement
Why don't you
going.
start commencing at
Signed your
work and
notice
do
of
something?
commencement. What's taking Ben so long?
You don't want to know.
What's taking Ben
All
so
right.
long?
Ben
the stucco
is-
guy.
Ben is.
know?
It's hard for someone like Ben to get a permit passed through Bel Air right now.
I bet.
If you could take that any way you feel. You guys know Ben. He's a nice guy. He's
Another
just-
Ben. We got a stucco guy named
You
Ben.
trying to say that has something to do with the color of his skin?
I'm
I'm
not,
not saying it.
but
We might be
it might
trying
be
to say
slowing
it, but he's
it
not
down a
saying
little
it.
bit.
Well, then you should have went down there with him. You're a little lighter,
I like that would have helped.
and then you should have called me.
No, but he's doing it. He
Then you'll
got
never
it. He
get
got it, though.
anything
He
done.
got
He
it.
got his permit. Good.
I'm not
said
allowed in the
he-
permit
no.
office.
It's not even me. He told me
I
it's
don't
going
live
to
in
take
that
him
city.
some time because he went in there and
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
it's going to
yeah,
take me some time.
All right, so we're gonna help anybody today. We're gonna sit here and have to fight with these
We're going to
Three
fight
Stooges.
all of us against you today.
3 in a room at one
I
time.
think we
No,
all
thank
just
you.
gang up on you
Come
today.
on, get some phone calls or
I
something.
did the
Let's help
part of
some
my
people.
life with him. I'm
Oh, we
past-
got a caller.
done with your section of my
Jeez,
life.
just
We
keep
got a
calling
caller.
him.
Silverhammer Builders. Please leave me a message.
Oh, we don't have a caller. We're going to leave her a message. Thank you for calling Life for Sale. You could have picked up the phone and we would have talked to you. Thank you and have a great day.
All right.
That was the girl that gave her number.
Rafal always gets numbers that are disconnected.
You remember the
She's
phone
like, oh
number?
no, not this
And
guy.
Little Ben, all Little Ben's
Wait,
just
wait.
come on. I got all these girls' numbers. Yeah, but they're all disconnected.
Wait. Do you remember the phone number they used to
Yeah.
give people and says this number was given to you because
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
not want to get a phone call from you?
That was before Aaron's
I
time.
used to
They're
get
still
that
doing
number a
that?
lot.
They have a new version where
They're
it's
still
worse.
doing that?
Hello, this is Dean.
Hey, how are
Hello.
you? Hey, is this Steve? Steve, is this you?
Yeah, Ben.
Hey, it's your
Ben,
cousin
yes,
Ben.
Steve,
How
how you
are
doing?
you? I ain't seen you in 20 years.
That's not. That's not.
How you doing,
Wrong
cousin.
Wrong Steve. Sorry. Hey, Steve, how are you?
It's Dean, not Steve.
Dean. Dean,
Dean,
like
yeah.
James Dean. Like
Correct.
Jimmy Dean sausage. Like Dean Martin.
Yeah, like Jimmy Dean sausage, exactly.
Like
yeah,
Dean
like
Martin.
Dean Martin,
Hey,
exactly.
okay, folks. How you doing?
Yeah.
All right, Dean, how
Well,
are
so
you?
my question for you, good. So my question for you is, I started an e-commerce company about 14 months ago. Started doing pretty well, and I managed to make a little over $100,000, and I'm looking to get into real estate. And my issue is that I just turned 22 years old, and I don't have a tax return really besides the last year's that I'm still waiting to get back. So getting money from the bank is kind of an issue. So what do you recommend I should do?
You got $100K sitting in your bank, right?
Correct.
Is it the same bank you want to borrow money from?
It's with Chase, so
Yes.
I would borrow
Say
money
yes.
from them, yeah.
All right, so there you go. You already
Yeah.
got your foot in the door. So the point is now, you've got an income where you can support yourself, right?
Yeah, yes, I do.
All right, so you got $100,000. You got enough money to pay your bills to support yourself. You want to take the $100,000 and you want to buy some income property. All right.
Correct.
So did
Correct,
the bank tell you? Did you sit down and actually have the bank tell you what you need to get a loan? I would say you're looking for something up to $500,000. $100,000 will give you up to $500,000 and 20% down. What are you looking to buy? Number one, you want to start off small with a house, a duplex. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm looking to get into some duplexes because I live by a college campus in Arizona. So it just works out that I'm right by a university. So it makes it easy because I could always get tenants in and out. So
You're looking to buy how many units?
as many as I can get. There's really no set number.
Well, basically, if you got $100,000 to put down, then you can buy up to $500,000 on. Is it working or what?
You're fine. Go
Okay.
ahead. Don't worry. Don't look at
You
me.
can borrow up to $500,000. But you got to sit down with the bank. And did they tell you exactly? I mean, have you ever filed a tax return before in your life?
I have one, but I was working as a valet before I started this e-commerce business, so I have.
It doesn't
got enough
matter as long
income
as
to
you
where it
got
would be
one.
worth it.
I show banks tax returns where I lost money during my career. I mean, all they care about is that you got enough money to take care of yourself, and then the property is going to qualify for the loan. I mean, the property that you're looking to buy has to generate income. Is that what you want to do? Or are you trying to buy something and fix it up?
No, I'm trying to buy an income property that hopefully doesn't require too much work.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know if you've asked the bank this or not, but, you need to sit down with the bank guy that gives you the loan officer and say, listen, here it is. I got $100,000. I want to buy a property up to, say, $500,000, which leaves me the $100,000 is 20% down. Okay. And if the property cash flows, will you loan me the money?
Okay, so you just recommend going to talk to them because I haven't spoken with them because I was waiting to get my tax returns back from this past year.
What year? 19?
Yeah, 19, correct. Because that's the first year that I actually started making money from this.
How soon can you get your tax return? Because that will help a lot. How soon can you get that 19 tax return?
I would assume by the end of March latest.
By the end of March, well, then don't worry about it. Just go to the bank and tell them, listen, my tax return will be done in another month. But you can give them some sort of history of, even if you didn't make a lot of money, you still got tax returns showing some kind of income, right?
Yeah.
All right, listen, gather your last 3 years' tax returns. I'm telling you, get the 3 years' tax returns. Do you have a current income? You can show them proof of current income, pay stubs,
Yes, I
W-2,
do.
and then show them a copy of your what is it, Ben? 2 or 9, showing how much money you made last year. Was it W-2 income?
Last year, no. I was Form 1099.
Did you get one? Did you get 1099s?
Yes, I did.
All right, you can show them a copy of that as a 19's income pending your tax return, and say, okay, here we go. Here's me. I'm making enough money to take care of myself. But you tell him I want to buy a property that's going to cash flow. How much will you loan me? And then he'll tell you, and he'll tell you what you need. The property is going to make the mortgage payment. That's the thing,
Yeah, exactly.
You got to sit down with the bank and really, they'll tell you what you need to get a loan from them. Trust me. You know, even if they don't want to loan you 80%, they might say, well, I'll tell you what, we'll give you 70 or 75 until you're a year established, and then we'll raise it up later. I mean, believe me, the banks have options. You need to sit down with the loan officer and find out what your exact options are to get an approved loan. And then you find a broker for whatever amount they say that you're going to be able to borrow from them. And go out and find a broker to find you a deal. What city are you in? Arizona, you said?
I'm in I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona.
I don't know. I always heard a lot of good things about Arizona. I think there's always opportunity there if you can stand the heat. But, you need to sit down with the bank.
I've been here
Listen,
my whole life,
focus
so
on
it's
the
not bad.
banker. Go be the bank's buddy. Sit down, make an appointment with him, and just say, listen, here is the story. I need to get a multifamily loan. Okay? All right? And if he says, well,
All right,
we don't want to do,
Ben.
if you don't want to do 5 or more, start with 4 units at least. A fourplex is still residential. 1 to 4 is residential. You could probably, I don't know if you qualify for FHA or not, but if you don't want to live in it, then that's not going to work. Go to the bank and work with the banker. Trust me, he's got all the answers. All right, take care. Have a
All
great
right,
day.
thank you, Ben. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Arizona. My father wanted to move to Arizona. No, he wanted to move to Texas.
And you got cousins in Arizona?
Let's not go there. I got enough relatives in this room right now. I don't need any more. I want to be free.
Freedom is
Freedom.
We want
freedom
you
is
to
a
be free.
Wait.
I
We
want
are
to be
trying
free.
to set you free. I
I'm
want
tired
you to
of
be
it.
free.
Freedom
Go.
is a state of mind.
Go.
Okay, freedom is a state of mind. If
I
you
wanna
put
be-
yourself in that state of
I
mind,
raised
then you will be
kids.
free.
I'm done. Work my butt off for 30 plus years, 40 years
Yes,
almost.
you have. Keep going.
I'm done.
Go.
You're free.
Go.
How are you
I
not free?
I can't. I got to make sure he gets to school every day and pick him up. I got to see him at least.
You make sure he gets to school every
No,
day?
I got to have dinner with him 1 hour a
You
day.
dropped me off. Actually,
right.
no, you haven't dropped me off this year.
He picked you up. He picked you up
You
today.
haven't
once.
dropped him off.
Yeah, but I bet you that tuition
pick me
gets
up
paid,
once.
don't it?
Wait, I thought you were doing something different with this kid than
That
you
he
did with
does.
the other kids.
I know. I keep him busy with good school. The school takes care of him, and after school sports. And he's got golf, and then he's got social life and
Violin classes
I
and
see
piano
him-
classes and
Cotillions.
salsa
and
dancing,
Cotillions and etiquette classes.
That's right.
And
water polo.
Well, I'm trying.
Trump
at
for
least.
president 2020
I
classes.
I don't want to end up with 2 more schlemiels like you.
Hey.
Schla and meal. He never misses
Yeah,
a
I
meal.
know. Sorry about the camera angles, you guys.
The only thing I can fit on the camera is you. You're a wide
That's
lens.
not my problem. They should have had it over here. I'm sorry. We're on a low budget today.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's all right.
All
we can
right.
see your Pradas on, okay? We see them. Don't worry.
You look like a chocolate sprinkle on a Twinkie right now. All right.
You have reached the voice.
More like a Reese's. We have reached another voicemail. Nobody wants to talk to us. We're a bunch of
No,
freaking
it's
idiots
Raffal,
sitting
the
here
one that
like,
they got the number.
Just so
people got more
everybody
important things to do
understands,
with their
this is
time.
Aaron, Ben's youngest son.
And
This
Mexican
is
one.
Vincent.
Tell them how old you
This
are.
is
He
Ben's
just-
middle son.
Everybody knows.
No, they don't know.
They
Trust
know.
me. Okay, I'm reading comments. Okay, this is Aaron, Vincent's youngest son.
Yeah.
I mean, wait.
Ben's
You
I
ain't got no
told you,
sons.
we got
This is-
small,
this is
medium, and triple X.
I'm actually a 3.
4.
2.
Yeah, it changes daily.
It depends on what I ate for lunch.
Hey, I
Today
got
we
a
had
bunch of
Popeyes.
clothes that are too big for me you could have.
They're way too big
Your
for me.
call has been.
I'm going to go through my closet and give you a whole wardrobe
No,
of
they're
clothes
too
I
big
can't
for
fit
me.
anymore. Hello? I think Rafal keeps dialing wrong numbers.
Rafal's been messing
He's
up.
getting mixed
all
up with the
day.
numbers he gets in the club and the numbers that the people call in on. So anyway, yeah, my whole weekend was destroyed thanks to Aaron.
It was not destroyed. You had a wonderful time with your
wonderful
son.
time.
I wasn't with him. He's playing with his friends.
Yeah, but that's
You know?
the best type of enjoyment to see
Yeah.
your kids
Yeah,
have
yeah.
fun. I love watching my daughter go play and have fun and things like that. It's enjoyable. It makes you
Enjoy
feel
while you,
makes you feel good, like you accomplished something.
Your
that
daughter
your
is
kid,
2 years old. It's a difference. Okay? You don't want to watch 13-year-olds and see what the hell they're doing. Trust me. Set up the volleyball on the beach. The shit broke down, didn't it? Matt keeps buying cheap shit. Hey, Austin, how are you? This is Austin Powers here.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I'm having trouble finding deals. Some people think or look at a 6 cap being good without a value add, but I'm not finding any double-digit cap rate.
All right, let me ask you a question. What size property are you looking for?
Under 1.5.
Okay. Have you ever been to Guns Point? Does that still exist in Houston, Guns Point?
Greens Point.
Guns Point when I was there.
Greens Point.
Greenpoint.
Greens Point.
Yeah, you been to
Greens
Greens Point? What about that street?
I'm
where-
not too familiar
What's
with
the
the
street
area.
where we owned a whole block of apartments and we didn't even know it was tax credit?
That's Greens Point.
No, what was it?
Yes, it was.
Greens Point was the other side. What's the name of the street that we had the whole block on?
I don't remember.
You,
You know how
you
long
ran
it
out of
was?
there and it scared the
I
shit
remember
out
the
of you.
name of the building. It was
You
Regency
found a dead body in an
Crossings.
apartment and you ran the hell out like a little
Well,
chicken.
I was getting shot at. That was the difference.
Yeah.
Me and Julio getting shot
Hudson?
at.
That must have been in League City then.
No, Hudson.
No. It was North Houston.
It was across. Remember
It was
the
North
freeway?
Houston, right below the
All I
airport.
remember is a bunch of Mexican markets everywhere.
I thought it was
Oh,
Greens
I got a property up
Hudson.
there.
Hudson? No, that was the person that
Pasadena.
sold it to us.
It was North Houston.
Anyway, trust me, in Houston, I don't know. I know prices are coming down, but I mean, you go into the rougher neighborhoods or what? That's what we did.
Yeah, I mean,
How about this?
I mean,
go to
yeah, I gotta-
go to Stinkadena, Pasadena.
Expensive out there right
Hey,
now.
I owned 1,000 apartments on one street on Ritchie Road, right? Ritchie Road.
Ritchie.
But we didn't get rich. It should go named Pori Road because that shit almost broke us. But go to Pasadena. What about there? It's only 20 minutes away.
yeah,
speak
I'm
of
familiar with
Spanish?
Pasadena.
Habla español, señor? You know, speak
No, but I can find
Spanish?
You
somebody.
better speak Spanish. You
Yeah,
No,
you gotta
no.
speak
Hey,
Spanish
your
if
phone
you-
can translate for you. Go over to Pasadena and start looking there if you want some bargains, you know?
Right?
All right. I mean, you gotta go where the deals are at, and you're only gonna. But you know, you gotta go and find them. You know, get online, get a broker. I can't remember the name of the broker I used to use out there. But this broker's out there. All right, you been
Ernie
on LoopNet?
Held.
No, that was
Oh,
California.
yeah,
okay.
There's tons on LoopNet. In fact, I'm right on LoopNet right now.
Listen, get on LoopNet and search the surrounding area for whatever's 20 miles in your radius. What's that other El Porte is some shit out there? Laporte. Go to those
Lima.
little towns to get your start. That's what I did. I was in those towns. You can make money, but try
And
to
you
rent the
started-
Section 8. Try to rent the Section 8 if you can.
Did you ever convert an existing complex to Section 8, or were you buying one that
I
only
did whatever I
Section
had to
8?
do to get that thing rented for the most money. Whoever was the best person to pay me the most money, that's the one that got the unit. You know, I rented to that market.
So
Ben
you don't-
lived there for 3 years.
You don't really convert a property. I think you're talking about an all Section 8 building or
They're
an all head
vouchers.
house. It's a voucher. So
The tenant
people
has
would
it.
come and
Okay.
they come with their voucher. They can rent a unit in your apartment complex as long as you're an approved landlord. So you need to go down to your local housing authority, whether that's the Houston Housing Authority or the Pasadena Housing Authority. Does Pasadena even have a housing authority?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's
I think
the
they did.
fire department.
I don't remember. So you need to go down to your local housing authority and you need to fill out what's called the owner packet.
We gotta put our own
okay,
fire
once you
out.
fill out this owner packet, that puts you on a list that you can then accept Section 8 at your property. That means you can take in their vouchers. Also, you want to go on Section8.com.
Go Section 8.
Go Section 8. Thank you, Vincent. You want to go on
Thank you, Vincent.
GoSection8.com
He knows
and
about
put
Section 8.
and put
friend is
your listing on that website.
grandma's still
And that's
on
going to get
Section
you leads from people that already have
Don't say-
Section 8. I know. Let me still.
Don't say that,
She's been
please.
on
Right.
Section 8 for 60
Not
years.
your mother.
Not mine.
Not your
Mine,
mother.
Mine's got the Army
I know,
Section
a lot
Your
of
8.
mother. We're
Section
trying to
8.
get her on Section 8.
I like to get my
We still
mother
got family
somewhere.
members on Section 8.
Somewhere in
Still
the
trying
yard.
to get up out of there.
Anyway,
Thank you, Ben Jr.
Absolutely.
hey, but also Craigslist and try everything you can and pick the best tenant you can. It's gonna get you the most money. But you got to go in those areas where you're gonna find stuff affordable to get your foot in the door. All right, sir.
Yeah.
Have a great
appreciate
day.
it. Thank you
Have a
for-
great day,
Have a
and
good day.
watch your back in Pasadena. They don't even have the police there because you know what? They did have a couple of cops
got
there,
cops.
but you got to pay them. And one time, Bill Ben made me so mad. I called the cop up and I had him arrest little Ben.
You know what's
because
funny
I thought
about
he stole
that?
my laundry machine. My
And there
laundry
was
money.
somebody with me that flipped out because they weren't legal status
Okay,
at
let's
that
not
time.
go there. All right, you have a great day, sir. We got some
Thank you.
horror stories from Texas.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Oh man, I couldn't wait to get out of Texas. Oh, that place depressed me, and that all the old oil refineries.
Wait, what do you mean you couldn't wait to get out of Texas? You were never in Texas.
Bullshit! I went there at least 3 times.
I spent 5 years of my life
I know it
there.
ruined you too.
You know.
All right,
Yo
here we
hablo
go.
poquito
He
español.
learned a lot of Spanish. Eating Spanish. He knew how to.
I can order anything restaurant you
and
want.
Drink.
I can order any food.
And you can
from
rent an
anyone.
apartment too in Spanish.
And I can make the guys get to work.
Yeah, he hides them on the street corner, the pesos. Hey, how you doing? The Pisces. Hey, how are you today? How can we help you?
Hey, I'm new in investing, and I found an apartment, or I found a 3-unit for 54,000, and I'm wondering, where should I go to find a loan to get pre-approved, and what should I
Okay.
expect?
I'm sorry. You found a 3-unit apartments
For
building, right?
$54,000 for all
Yeah.
3 units.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
that's
was
what he said.
converted. Yeah.
That's what I
Where is
just
this?
said. Do it. Go.
Where did you find 3 units of 54,000? Oh wait, don't
It's
tell
in
us.
Michigan.
Tell me right
Oh,
now.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan.
Tell me.
Okay, let me ask you this: are they rented right now?
Yeah, there's at least 1 or 2 tenants that are already in there.
All right. How much money is the place collecting? Do you know?
No, I don't really know.
All right. So the
but
first thing you want to do is
somewhere-
you want to know everything about this property. Okay. Before you go to the bank, you got to tell them a story. All right. So you need a loan to buy a $54,000 property, or how you doing financially?
Yeah, loan.
You need a loan. You got any money to put down?
Yeah.
You're gonna probably need at least 20 to 25% down. So if it's 54,000, Aaron, 20% of 54,000 is
20% of 100,000 is 20 grand. So 120% of 50,000 is 10 grand.
I could-
So
I could do
54,
20.
4 is 2.
10
is,
grand is not 54, 10 is 50. So if you take another
10.
2, you need 12 grand.
That's 12 grand.
You got 12, 15 grand around to close the deal and everything?
Yeah, if I went in it with my brother, we could definitely do 25.
All right, very good. So you should have no problems going to a bank. So is the property listed on the market with a broker?
Yeah, it's on Zillow.
It's on Zillow. Zillow's not Zillow.
Yeah, it means
Zillow
it's
is not
listed with
places for,
somebody.
does it say if it's for sale on Zillow? Is it listed for
What'd you
sale
say?
right now? Is it listed for sale?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the broker? There has to be a broker if somebody's listing it for sale. You need to get to whoever is handling it. Whoever's representing that property, you need to get all the information
Let me
from
tell
them.
them a little something. So when you go on Zillow,
Like the-
when you look on Zillow, there's one person at the very top. It says the listing broker.
agent?
The
Only
agent.
the listing.
The
It has
listing
to say
agent. It has to
listing.
say listing agent. So make
Yeah,
sure when you're
yeah.
looking on Zillow, there's going to be 7 or 8 agents below him, but that first one is the listing agent. That's the person who put it on Zillow. You want to contact that person because everybody else.
Got to give a commission to. You gotta
Well, he
split,
ain't gonna
gotta
pay it,
split-
but it
well,
doesn't
they-
matter.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
Go
meant
to
You
the
wanna
listing agent if you
always
want
go
that
to the
deal.
listing agent.
You know, if you don't have a broker representing you and they didn't find you the deal, go to the listing agent because he'll want to sell it to
So-
you because he'll get more commission money. So get a hold of that
So
guy.
contact the person.
Contact the listing
that is-
agent, get
that
all
has
the
the
information, get everything you can about the property from him, and then walk into the bank and say, here I am. I want to buy this property.
It's not that easy.
Bullshit.
Okay. You got to get the information from him.
And go to the
you need
bank.
to put it all together in a professional format.
Stop. We're talking about
okay?
duplex here. Stop,
But
stop.
whatever it is, you still need to put it together.
Listen,
you need to put a
you
pro
don't-
forma
no,
together.
no,
You need to
no.
show how much the property's
Let
coming
the broker
in.
do it all for you. The broker, the guy that's listing that property on a duplex, you tell him, you find out what banker you want to work with, and you tell the broker who the banker is, and you tell the banker who the broker is, and you need the information so you can review it, and then you got to put those two
Could I
together.
just go to?
What?
Could I just go to like any bank? Because
Who do you bank
I
with?
have a
Who do you bank with? Who's your favorite bank?
I have the Members First Credit Union.
You go to a credit union, that's fine. Go wherever you want. Anybody that's a bank or credit union is in business to loan money. Go to the one you like and the one that you're familiar with. Go in there and say, listen, here's the address, here's the broker. I want to buy this duplex. What do you need from me? That's all you got to do. Okay,
Yeah.
if it's a duplex
So I gotta
and
walk
there's
in there
tenants
and-
there, I'm sure that there's enough cash flow to pay a mortgage. 54,000. You say you want to put half down almost. Your mortgage is going to be nothing. Okay, your mortgage is going to be peanuts. So
I'm just saying, don't go in there like the Schlemiel. Have your stuff together. Know what you're getting into. Know that the
Right.
deal.
Definitely
is,
do your homework and make sure you wanna buy
Make
it.
sure that this property is going to cash flow. Okay, because there's no reason to
Yeah.
go into a bank if the property's not going to
he
cash
might be
flow.
better off if the thing was vacant for all we know. We don't know.
We don't know.
You
but
want
I'm
to
saying,
get top
your
dollar
ducks in
rents.
a row. Make sure you organize
I'm gonna
everything.
for sure try to get a tour.
Make people work for you for free. The broker will work for you for free, and I wish my kids would work for free. They
We
deserve-
do work
yeah,
for free.
Yeah, but you don't earn it. You
We
work
work for
free.
peanuts. We don't work for free.
Anyway,
We got
for
some,
Popeye.
we got
listen,
some
get
self-respect.
the broker and get the banker and put them both together and get the bank whatever they want to give you a loan. That's what you need to do.
But you are on the right track. You got the right
You got a good
price
price.
point. I mean,
Let me tell you
better
something.
Hurry up.
Even in Michigan, if you could fix that place up, can you? How much do you think the rent is on those places?
Anywhere between 500 and 700.
All right, so there you go. That place might be worth $1,500 a month if it's all fully rented. A property that's bringing in $1,500 a month should be worth about almost could be $150,000. Hurry up and buy that thing for $54,000.
Flip it.
Well, whatever. Keep it
Well, you
cash.
just
flow.
said you could make $150,000.
Let's let him buy it first and then worry about what he's going to do
I'm already
later.
thinking about how quick I could do
He
that
may need
one.
work. He's got to rent it out.
Hurry up.
Go to the bank, all right? But hurry up before somebody else gets that deal. Have a nice day, sir.
Okay, you too.
All right.
It's
Very
simple,
good.
but you got to do it. Dad.
Because
$54,000.
he picks up the phone now.
You know,
'cause
you
he
got to
has
do
people.
it. I mean, you've been doing this for
Anybody
30
can walk into a
years.
bank. The broker gives you all the information. Here's the information. All right, I like it. I can make this happen. You walk into the bank. Here's the information.
You're not going to get a big OM on 4 units. You think the
I know
broker's going
that.
to put a big package
You get
together
one
that you can just
page.
walk in? It's
You
not
don't
going to
need it.
happen. You're going to need to do a pro forma. You're going to need to put something together. You're telling me when you were younger.
No, you know why?
Wait. When
the
you were
bank's gonna
younger,
appraise a small deal
just
like
explain
that.
it to me. When you were 26 years old and you bought Yanasio, what did you do to go get a loan on that property?
Nothing.
You
You know why?
Nothing.
It's 1 to 4. You do nothing.
did nothing.
Nothing. It's a one-pager.
You just walked in and
the
you said,
bank's
"Give me a
gonna do
loan."
an appraisal. There's nothing to do. I mean, I'll inspect it. I'll inspect the roof. I'll inspect the property. But if it's only 1 to 4 units, the bank does the appraisal. There's no pro forma. There's no bills.
You got bills. You got water
Tax
bills.
bill.
You got tax bill. You got, you got bills.
That's nothing.
You got fix-up costs,
we have another
reserves.
caller here.
You know, you think a bank's not going to make him do reserves
Do
on
we have
something
another
like
caller
that?
or file good? Because if I got to sit here and listen to him run his mouth, I'll kill him.
The clash of the brains.
Hello, this is Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, it's Ben, Vincent, Aaron. We're all here waiting to hear what we can do for you.
Oh my goodness, I feel famous now.
You are famous,
To be-
Amos. Amos.
All right.
Watch
So,
it. I didn't say it was a cookie. Famous Amos was the best chocolate chip cookie God ever created. All right, what else you got? So
Oh,
how
yeah.
are you?
I am peachy. How about yourself on this fine day?
Peachy. Well, I'm sitting here with a bunch of prunes, so I ain't doing so peachy. But how can we help you?
I was mostly curious about what you prefer as far as debt is concerned, whether you're bank heavy or you ever deal with private funding, private lenders writing notes on properties.
I mean, when you go private, it's best to go with banks. I mean, banks give you the best terms, the best deals. I mean, if you go on private, normally it's because you can't, in my experience, you go private if you got to borrow money from people because the banks won't loan it to you, but, or you're trying to get the down payment from private people. That's different too. But what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
Well, I've got 140 rentals now, and it's just like every time I
140
go to a
rentals.
yeah.
And how many people helping you?
70%.
How many people help you manage it?
Manager, you're going to hate me. It's me right now. I've got a guy under me training right now.
See?
I just bought this trailer park.
See that?
And
140 by himself. All right, that's great. Congratulations. That means you know what the hell you're doing. So what do you want to do
I just
now?
bought a trailer park, and I'm gonna scale my portfolio as time goes on, and it just feels like with talking with banks, I deal with mostly smaller credit union type places, local banks that keep all their paper in house, and it's like I'm pulling teeth every time I go and talk for money. And in the past 2 or 3 years, I've had several bank denials going at them with several properties that I own for cash. There's no lending on them. They all praise out decently, and they give me these BS reasons. And the 2 separate banks have said, well, your debt service coverage ratio sucks. I said, look, I'm not in a ton of debt right now. Why do you have me below your threshold? And their threshold, it's like everybody else, it's 1.2 or 1.25. And they'll say, well, you're under 1.2. And then I come back and I ask them, I said, okay, show me within your accounting software why I'm at 1.2. And every single bank I've worked with has said, no, we can't show you that, or I can't show you how I come up with those numbers.
But you should be able to figure out those numbers on your own.
Why?
You should know how you can figure.
Yeah,
It's an easy calculation.
What is your debt ratio?
Oh, yeah.
What is your true debt ratio?
When I submit my
my true debt ratio, when I give them all my paperwork, because everybody wants a personal financial statement, I'm at 2.5 or better.
Are you putting in
So then
reserves?
they come
Wait, 1 second. Forget about financial
Yeah.
statement. Let me ask you this. Right now,
Hmm?
you got 140. Are they all mobile homes that you got? Are they all in the same place?
No,
and
it's
scattered
40.
out?
46, they're scattered. I've got 32 single-family detached. I've got 3 laundromats, 46 trailers, and the rest are small multifamilies, most of which are duplexes, but I've
He's
got
hustling.
probably 5 quads in
This
there.
guy's been busy.
Hustling, man.
All right, so let me ask you this. How much do you have debt on any of this stuff right now?
Repeat that.
Do you have any current debt on them?
Bank debt, I'm in about 450K. I've got probably 350K, maybe 400 of seller finance notes, and then the rest of it's private. They're either
You know what
they're
you
not
need?
hard money loans, but okay.
I would do this. I mean, I don't know who you've been dealing with, but I would go to a national level bank, a bigger bank, and say, listen, if you added up the value of all those properties, the gross value, if they were sold tomorrow, how much are they worth?
Fire sale about 4.5 to 5 million.
I would walk
Retail
into
sale
Wells
about
Fargo. I would go find who loans money in the $5 million range and go to the big banks, because the big banks,
Okay.
they have a bigger, appetite, and they take on more risk, and they'll work on deals. You need to go into any of the big banks and say, listen, I got $5 million worth of real estate. I want to package it together and get a loan on it. Believe me, people will talk to you. Okay, but you got to go to the big
So just a
banks.
large portfolio.
You got to go to banks that, that have the wherewithal to do $5 million loans like nothing. I go to some banks and they don't even want to talk to me about $5 million. They want 10, 20, but there's $5 million banks out there. You got to get in that range. You got to step up above the guys you've been dealing with. You've been dealing with the babies. Now it's time for you to graduate and go to high school, baby. Right now you're in middle school. All right, you need to go to high school banks and go to Wells, B of A, any national bank. Okay, what state are you in?
Okay.
What state are you in?
Ohio.
Oh boy.
Ohio.
I knew he was going
See?
to say
See, is that my problem? Is that just what no one's telling me? Brandon, you're in Ohio, and that's the
Nah,
problem.
the big banks
No, there's
don't
big
care.
growth in Ohio right
Yeah,
now.
there's growth, all right. It's the people. They're all getting fat in Ohio. I'm just kidding. Anyway, seriously, go to a bigger bank and sit down with a real loan officer and say, listen, I got $5 million worth of real estate. I want to refinance it. Cross-collateralize the shit. Put it all together. Get as much money as you can. And you may want to go to more than one and let them compete off each other. All right? Well, good luck to you and have a great day.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, just one thing to
Thank
add,
you.
and you can tell me if I'm wrong.
You're
but
wrong.
Do know that the banks will add in stuff that you don't have in your financials. Like if they don't see, if you're managing it yourself, they might add in a management fee in case something goes wrong that you have to manage it.
That's their underwriting.
That's their underwriting. He's saying why he's
Yeah,
not admitting
but
his debt service ratio. So you also have to understand they're going to add in reserves. They're going to add in management fees. They're going to add in stuff that they're going to want to go above and beyond on your escrow payments. They're going to want to add in another 10 to 15% to account for inflation on your tax bill and things like this. So once you take all that into account, you might not be meeting your DSCR, DCR, DC.
Well, see, the issue that I had was when they calculate my DSCR, they had it already included. When I say 2.5, I already included me a reasonable, what I would consider a reasonable management.
Go to a bigger bank and package it all together.
Yeah, that'd be best.
Package that shit up.
I
All
haven't
right,
done
good
that yet,
luck.
so-
Thanks.
All right, man.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
How do you think he would do if he took that whole portfolio to the market?
What do you mean?
That's a crazy.
Yeah, he's got laundry rooms. I mean,
Well, laundromat's more a business.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
well, that's the
just
thing. So banks are scared to loan on that type of stuff. It's
bigger
not pure
bank
real estate.
understands the client better. He sees how much he got in the bag. He's got the money. Don't lie. He's going to be able to show he's got this money coming in every month, and that's what they're going to want to see.
Obviously.
And tax returns and all that. If he's making money, he's making money. Anyway, he needs a bigger bank that'll package them all together, because then the weaker ones, the stronger ones, will help the weaker ones.
Right.
Okay. It's like I help you guys. I'm the
knew he was
stronger
gonna say
one,
that.
and you're the weaker one.
There's always a pun to every
He was
life
gonna
lesson.
say, "I'm the strong one and y'all the weak ones."
What do we got, Raval? All right.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Hello?
Hello?
This is Ben Mallah?
This is Ben Mallah. Who are you?
Hello?
What number you call?
This is Nick.
Nick, what's up?
I call for shoot.
You called for what?
What's up, Ben? I met you at the Godfrey one time, actually, when you were speaking over there at the TBR.
Oh yeah,
Tampa Bay, the real estate thing.
that was my first time ever speaking, and I also used to own that hotel. But how are you?
Yeah,
I appreciate it. So you're local down here in Tampa
good,
Bay.
man.
You're down here in Tampa Bay, right?
No, I'm in New York, actually.
New York?
So
what the hell are you doing at the Godfrey?
I live in New York.
Why'd you come to
I
the
was
Godfrey?
down there, well, to see you, man.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
I didn't travel down there just for that.
Where do you live in New York, then?
I'm always in Florida.
Yeah, everybody in New York wants to come to Florida.
Right.
Everybody in New York wants to
I
die
live
in
in
Florida.
Westchester.
You live in Westchester, Tarrytown?
Yeah, 20 minutes north up there, Yorktown.
Yorktown, yeah, nice place, but very expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive. So
Taxes,
how can we help
man,
you?
Crazy.
How can we help you?
Well, just to get your perspective of the market down there, I mean, I have a duplex in St. Pete and uptown, and it's a rental. The cash flow is pretty good for the property that it is. But I'm looking at bigger things now. I have a partner or two, and we're looking at stuff like 20 units, maybe up to $2 million.
The market's coming down, and St. Pete's a good place to invest if you want to keep doing stuff there. But I see prices coming down right now.
I really liked it. Yeah.
So, what's up? Why aren't you doing it?
No, I mean, just some of the stuff I'm seeing, the prices, I just can't make the numbers work.
All right, but this is what you got to do. All right, seriously, this is what you got to do. You got to do what I'm doing right now. Okay? The prices are still advertised to be too high. Okay? But listen, the writing's on the wall. All right? The price of real estate is coming down. I've seen it already. All right? I went out the other day and put an offer out on a building. It was only in like the mid to high 60s per door now, and I still went in there and underbid them down to 50. Listen, don't worry about the price so much. Offer them 20% less to get the door open, okay?
Or offer them what you feel is
That you wanna
comfortable
pay.
that you want to pay. Don't just 20%. You might pay less. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So, listen, don't be afraid. Get a broker that's willing to work for a living and write offers for a lot less than what they're asking. And you'd be surprised how many people, if they're sitting around with no offers and you give them an offer for 20% less, believe me, they're going to be thinking about taking it.
Or they'll give you a counter,
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah,
what you got to do
a
is
lot of stuff I see.
you got to get aggressive. You got to get aggressive right now, and you got to kind of push them down. See, prices are coming down because people realize the numbers don't make sense, okay? So now you got to bring them some sense. You bring them some sense, and you'll get some dollars off the price. So, that's what you got to do.
Are
You
you
got to have a
still trying
broker.
to hit?
What?
Are you trying to hit like 1% rule on per unit? Because if I see something that's 100, 110 a door, but then it's a studio and it can rent from maybe 900 max.
Well, from 80.
That just doesn't.
Offer
70.
65.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you can always go up. You can always go up. You just got to have a broker that's not going to mind playing the game. Whenever the brokers call me and they say, hey, the guy doesn't want he doesn't want your offer. It's not your offer. I say, well, play the game. Or if I'm selling something and somebody offers me something lower than I want, I go back and I counter them. You're playing the game. So make that broker play the game. Go in there and offer what you feel comfortable, like Ben said, of paying, and then let that guy come down, and then you go up and he comes down. I've gone back and forth sometimes 7 or 8 times over terms, over price, and then by the time you get a contract going, it's a meeting point. You got to get somebody that wants to get in the game with you and play the game. All right, it's like a checker game. Okay, so get the broker to start writing offers that everything you like at 100 a door. Tell them to start writing at 70 or 75 or whatever you want. Okay.
All right.
Play the game, New York. Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Are you guys? I mean, I know you're buying other stuff now with the stage where you're at, but even on smaller stuff like that, 10, 20 unit, would you avoid any of the older product like the 60s and stuff? Cause
the problem is it depends on the property. Typically, over the years, a lot of these properties have been rehabbed and stuff like that. But if you buy an older property, you better check it out. You better check a lot of shit out.
I mean, it's true. We were buying stuff before 10 years ago, we were buying stuff in the 70s. A lot of our apartment complexes that we were buying were 60s, 70s product. Now we try to buy like 80s, but really we're trying to buy newer stuff because we're buying tax credit.
But
That's different.
a lot of shit was built really well in the 60s and 70s, so it might be better than the 80s. You never know. Every property's different. You
just got to do an evaluation.
It's like Vincent just went out and bought a house built what year, Vincent?
97.
97? Shit, I'd rather have a 1970s house than his 97 he bought.
With asbestos in between your bricks and walls.
There ain't no asbestos in
He's got seashells glued to the side of the outside of the house.
That's
I think
motif. That's the new style.
I think his rule
That's
is
a little too Florida for me. Seashells cemented on the side of your house.
Leave my brother's house alone.
She sells seashells.
I need
by
him to fix
seashore.
that house so I can put my boat or something or come boating
Too bad.
at his
He's already
house.
got a boat. Aaron's already got his boat there. All right. Take care.
Whoever gives me top dollar.
Hey, how's the town of Ardsley? I used to work in Ardsley. You been to Ardsley?
Oh, in Ardsley? Yeah, it's nice over there.
Yeah,
it's nice.
When I was a kid, I used to work in there.
Yeah, it is.
My cousin used to
it's nice.
take big old Victorians that were like 100 years old back then and turn them into apartments. But all right, well, good luck to you. Play the game. Get a broker that's willing to work for a living, okay? All right, take care.
Guys, keep up everything. The channel's good. The podcast is good.
Thanks a
I love
lot. Thanks. We're glad you helped you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
What else we got,
so
Rafal?
that's a good question that the guy had, which I think people would like to know what you think, which I don't agree with you.
You
on
never
this.
agree with me.
On some things I don't
care
agree
what
with
it
you.
is you don't agree with
but
me.
what's the oldest property that you would consider buying as a multifamily property?
Well, I bought a place that was
He
built
went-
in
he went-
1922.
Who?
The Haciendas was like built in the...
No, not 20.
No, what was
Was
it?
it?
It was
50s.
50s.
Oh, he won't
That
go under
thing was
50s.
solid. No,
But it was
I'll
solid
go under
brick.
50s, but he won't.
But you got to think. If the building was built
Depends on the
solid,
wiring,
all of
depends on
concrete,
plumbing, depends
and
what
then
it's built
somebody
from.
came in there and pulled all
In
the wiring,
South Florida,
new
I think you
plumbing.
need a 40 or 50 year certification on a building.
30 year.
30 year, whatever. But, it depends on the property. How well it was maintained, if they upgraded it, if they rehabbed it. What would I buy? A broken down original 1920s property like Matt wanted to fucking buy one day? Hell no.
What about the other little ones that we looked at? Those were 40s, right? Right on
What?
Ridge.
Oh, that was a shack.
Those are 1940s.
Listen, I've had
30s.
sheds in the back of my yard that were better than the shit
I would
you
have had
wanted
those
to buy.
things worth $100 a door by now.
Yeah, $100 a door.
Could have stole those.
$100 a door. That's about what it was worth. To
It's
put
still
dogs
listed.
in.
Tell me
I
not.
wouldn't
They're
put a
still
dog
listed.
in the
No, that
shit you
place
want to
is big
buy.
gone.
How much they buy?
Bang
I told
gone.
him I gave an offer for 30 a
I think
door,
they
and I
just
was
kept
crazy.
it. I think they just kept
Yeah,
it
they
and
kept
said
it.
forget
I
it.
wouldn't put your dog in there, and I hate your dog. All right. So what else we got, Rafal?
We've worked at way harder, rougher places and worse neighborhoods than that.
Leave Vincent's mutt alone.
Please, my dog is a trained.
Hey, how are you today? It's Ben and the gang, and how can we help you?
Oh, Ben Mallah and the gang.
Ben Mallah and the gang. I got the little rascals with me today.
I saw that you got all the kids with you, but your kids are smart and big, so you're okay.
Yeah.
And big.
Ben, I'm a
They're
local
big, all
guy.
right.
We're big, all right.
They got big appetites, let me
Ben,
tell you.
I was a competitor in the bar business years ago when I had Empire and Ebor and you had Hogan. And now I'm in the hotel business or trying to get in it just like you, but not as big, of course. And so I'm looking at a hotel right now in Daytona Beach Shores, and I'm trying to figure out the value of the goodwill. It's been in business 40 years. They built a 16-room tower behind it. It needs to be completely redone, and they're currently asking like $3.75 million.
How many
I just
keys?
want to know, how do you take
How
it?
many keys?
So right now there's 29 keys. In the back suite, there's 16 keys. Total 29.
All right. So no, let me just tell you this.
expensive.
Please tell me it's on the friggin' sand.
It is.
It's on the sand, 100 feet of frontage, 36,000 square feet of sand complete.
Still too expensive.
Well, we just sold the Mayan
for
down.
that much done.
What are you talking
That's
about?
a done price.
It wasn't
Over 100
done.
a door is a done price.
Wait,
for
stop.
Daytona.
He's got issues here. How many keys is it?
29 keys.
29 keys, and how much?
Yeah.
3 point
So-
something million?
Right now, 375.
Oh, Vincent's right. You're fucking.
I
don't know.
Right now,
Daytona Shores
I
is
did
better than
32.
Daytona, but Daytona Shores is better than Daytona Beach, I think. But
How much did you just
Hell
sell your
no.
property for in Daytona? Tell them you just sold
Ooh.
right next to Daytona
I
Shores.
sold
no,
110
no.
rooms or something for
80.
80 a door, 80 a
door.
key,
Something like
8
that.
That was
million,
done.
8 million.
And they're converting that one into a
Fancy hotel.
franchise.
They just-
All I can say is this: listen, your numbers sound really high. Unless you're getting some fantastic rents there, you better look at those numbers because what do the numbers say?
See, that's why see, here's the thing. I looked at two, and one of them was 3.6 million. It was doing 817,000 NOI a year. I currently have 5 million in real estate in the Bay Area. So I need to get in the commercial game because I'm just sick of buying single family. It just doesn't. It's a waste of my time. It's just not enough profit anymore. So I looked at one that had good numbers, but they said they did a $900,000 rehab. I walked the property, every room, and I could tell it was all shoddy. Then I looked at one 2 doors down with double the sand for 375. The numbers, I mean, it's doing zero numbers. The people are 84 years old, but the value add of the property, 40 years existence, that's what I'm trying to say. How do you value the goodwill?
40
of
years
40
in Daytona doesn't mean shit. I owned a hotel. It was the oldest, I think it was 40-year-old hotel. And
It was historical.
listen, where do you live at? That's the question.
I live in the Bayou Club in St. Pete.
The Bayou Club. I thought Bayou Club was by Belcher and
It's
Clearwater.
actually got a St. Pete address now that I
Well,
learned.
yeah.
I think so.
So, yeah.
It's where the,
it's-
okay, the golf course, the doctors.
Yeah,
a lot of,
gated
So
community.
you guys are on East Bay. Your office is on East Bay. So I'm
Don't
5
tell
minutes
me
from
my
the
office is. Yeah, East Bay, okay.
East Bay, yeah, we're on East
yeah,
Bay.
yeah. Anyway, so listen, this is what you need to do. I don't think you've been out there looking enough. And why have you ever been in a hotel business before?
No, I've been in the bar business. And
Oh
I've been
my
in the real
God!
estate business.
Let me tell you something.
But I'm
the
looking
hotel
at the
business-
value, how it
It's
works.
just like the bar
Listen,
business.
listen. It's worse.
Worse.
Let me tell you something. The hotel business, it's a real business. It's a 24-hour operation with the sheets and the washing and the cleaning and people in and people out. And it's a major. If you ain't got no experience, I highly recommend you don't go in a hotel business without
management
experience.
company.
Listen.
Well, see, my partner's a cardiac surgeon. It's about the value of the future too. We're not flippers. We buy and hold everything we have.
Who's going to run it? Who's going to run it?
I mean, of course, I'll put a couple there. I mean, that's what everything in a small motel business is. There's a free 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and $65,000 a year.
Yeah, have
And you
fun in
stick a
Daytona
couple
looking for
there
good
to live
help.
there.
Yeah, it's
Let me
hard
tell
out
you,
there.
you know what?
Not me.
You know what? The worst part of Daytona is you can't find decent help. The Hard Rock built that hotel there, and I think they're having a lot of trouble. I'm telling you, it's very hard to find good employment. All the good employment is in Orlando, and they don't want to schlep all the way to Daytona.
But I have an idea. Let me take you and Ben Jr. I mean, I'm not going to go to the Pelican. I'm not a member. But let's go have dinner, and I'll buy, and you can tell me the deal I need to buy, and I'll buy.
Listen.
If we knew the deal that you need to buy, we'd buy it.
Let me tell you what you need to do. I'm going to give you the advice that you need to do what I do, okay? You need to sit down with your computer, and you need to get in contact and look up all the brokers at Marcus and Millichap, CBRE, Colliers, who
Franklin
else?
Street.
They all have a level of agents. They're not, you want the lower agents to deal with the 100 or less units, okay? All right, so they have a whole
You guys are a
division.
different number than I am.
What?
No, that's not necessarily
You're
true.
what I'm saying is
No,
you're
no.
a different number.
No.
You're not buying 20 rooms anymore.
I
Yeah, but
know,
they
but I
sell
know the
20
guys that do. It's the young guys.
Right.
The young guys do 100 or less. The big shots we deal with do it 100 or more. There's a whole group of
'Cause
brokers out there waiting for you. All right, and then I'll tell
I
you. Oh,
agree,
wait,
and I've been talking
if you
all-
really want to be in the hotel business, you know who you call? Look his name up. Ahmed Kabani.
Bonnie.
Ahmed Kabani from Marcus and Millichap.
He's got some deals.
He's got the hot deals on the level you're looking for. Fixer-uppers, future value add. He's got stuff right now he can put you in, and he knows good deals. Call
I'm
Ahmed
doing everything I
Kabani.
can to follow you.
Listen,
I'm literally
I'm telling you what
now.
to
I
do.
got approved for $5
You
million
ain't doing nothing
at
without the
Valley.
brokers. I can't do
I
shit
know, but
without
I
the
got
brokers.
Valley to give me 5, so I've already got approved for $5 million.
That's great.
I need a good broker to find me something.
Listen.
So now I'm waiting to find the right property.
Listen, I'm glad you got the money to back you, which is great. Now you need to work every broker. Go to their websites, look at what their current assets are for sale. Go to every big shot broker. Who did I miss? I missed somebody. Bricadia. Go to Bricadia. Go to ARA. Go to what's the one that took over? JLL. Every day, all I do is watch what these guys bring to the market and call them on and discuss it with them and go out and look at them. You need to find the brokers that are handling, you'll see them advertised, 100 or less units. And Kabani, he's an expert in the hotels. He'll get you the hotel bargain. He's with Marcus and Millichap.
I appreciate all the time. Like I said, my dinner offer is always available.
Thank you very much. We'll be in touch. Send us your email.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
But he needs to be looking into multifamily.
The only
'Cause nobody
person-
wants to be in the hotel business.
Let him do what he
over there.
wants. He was in a bar business. He can handle hotel business. Okay.
And a lot of people need to realize
The only person I know
hotels-
that can make money in Daytona is a dentist. What did you say?
A lot of people need to realize hotels aren't just real estate; they're also a business.
They're more of a
They're
business.
more of a business.
And you will be
It's a
cleaning
whole
rooms this
section
spring break
of it.
while
It's
I'm
a
on
lot harder.
vacation.
If you want to live the good
I'm
life,
sitting in a hotel.
get some multifamily, get your yearly contract with your tenants, and sit back and get
Hey,
fat.
I will
Like that.
100% vouch for what Vincent just said.
I'm buying Home Depot.
Multifamily
Well,
is a
yeah,
lot
then
easier
when you
than
get
hotel.
even better and bigger, then you
I'm buying.
do
I
that.
own a Walgreens. I manage the Walgreens
keep
over
going.
here.
You keep buying those Walgreens. Keep going.
You know why I buy them? Because I don't
Love it.
need you.
I love it.
All right. How are you today? Hey, how are you? Pretty good. How are you? Sorry, I'm just sitting here fighting with my kids.
This is a normal. This is a friendly family.
Yeah,
this is
friendly.
like how
We're
we
being
show each
nice
other
to each
love.
other.
Yeah, this means
How
we
can we
love
help
each
you?
other.
We're here for you. How can we help
family
you?
podcast.
Yeah.
How can we help you?
Oh, amazing! Glad to be on the show. First of all, question: what are your thoughts on prefabricated homes?
I like
All
them.
right.
He loves them.
I like prefab, but
them.
it depends where. It depends what you're buying, and there's a big difference between manufactured homes and modular homes. Okay, in how they're constructed. In some cities, won't even allow manufactured. They'll make you do a modular, but I'm all for them because you want to use them as rentals or what?
As rentals, yeah.
I mean, I've had a lot of success with them. Even if people can beat them up, they still can be fixed up. You know, today they make them. You can't even tell they're modulars by the way they look. But I really am a big fan of them. The only thing you got to worry about is the floor. You got to worry about the materials that they use. I actually visit the factory where they're built. That if you can do that, sometimes you can upgrade certain
Where
things.
are the factories?
Well, you got to go online and look at them. There was Champion. There's all kinds of brands. You know, and then
I'm in Orlando.
well, there's one on I-4, but it's more towards like Tampa.
Like by
Listen, go online and look up manufactured housing and factories
Palm
or
Harbor
Palm
Homes.
Harbor's a high-end one. I mean, you might not be able to buy one. You might get a better deal more down south, like in Georgia. But go online and look them up and then try to visit them or go to their website and then, you know, price them out and see because I'm definitely a big fan of them. They stack them now. They put them on top of each other. They put them side by side. You can do duplexes. You can do fourplexes. You can do townhouses.
Shit, they're making houses out of containers now.
I don't care. I haven't seen
Yeah,
that one yet.
I saw it on eBay.
Yeah, that came from Russia. I don't know. I haven't
saw
seen
it on
yet.
eBay.
But
Yeah.
if you get the land cheap enough, then yes, it makes sense.
And also, you got to talk to the city and make sure that wherever you're going to put one, you know, you make sure you're working with somebody who knows how to work with the city and all their requirements.
And make sure you start from the back
All
of
right,
the
thank
property.
you so
and
much.
fill
All
into
right,
the
you have a
front.
great day. All right,
Didn't
very
you do
good.
that?
From the back.
Didn't you do that? You started from the front of the property, and then you had to go like around trees and stuff because you added on. Wasn't there issue
You know,
had?
honestly, your house looks like a manufactured house.
Yeah.
With seashells glued on the side
Yeah.
of it.
Would you
My
stop
house
making
looks-
fun of his
Seawall.
house? He's got a beautiful
My house looks
home.
like 20
If you don't
manufactured
fix that
homes stacked
seawall,
on top
let me
of
tell you
each
something.
other.
That
If you don't
seawall.
fix that seawall, that house is going to be in the bay. Okay?
But we got good
You're going to have a
insurance, don't
house
worry.
lift instead of just a boat lift.
We got good insurance, don't worry.
He's talking all his mess, but every time I go to your house, you get a little bit less beach every time I come there. Like the water is rising on Bel Air Beach every second.
We want
So-
that because we don't want to keep people walking by it much.
It's gonna be in your backyard in a second.
Yeah, it was big enough for you to put a volleyball court out there yesterday that fell down.
Oh, you had volleyball court out there, huh?
Big shots.
Big shots on the public beach setting
No,
up
it's
volleyball
private. It's
courts.
private. My beach is private.
No, it's
but we
not.
let people walk by.
I should tell him about the
private.
police.
But they're not
too.
allowed to look at our house for more than
It's
5
private?
minutes. Well, only in Bel Air
There
Shore.
were 2 police officers.
Hello, how are you
Hello.
today? Hello, how are you? Hello?
Holla, Ben Mallah. How
Ben
you doing?
Mallah here, who I have the pleasure of speaking with.
Well, my name's AJ, man. And,
AJ.
I got into, yes, sir. So I got into weird predicament here. I haven't
I've been like on a 1099 type of thing for a couple of years, and I haven't actually like put in or written off anything for the last couple of years. So I went to a bank and tried to get a mortgage, and they're, obviously requiring 2 years of statements. Is there any way I could get around that?
You've been making money on a 1099 income, right?
He want his bank statements.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you filed tax returns? 1099 people file tax returns.
Yes, I know. I haven't in a couple of years. That's the only thing.
You haven't filed a tax return in a couple of years?
Then you haven't profited more than 11 grand.
Listen, have you
supposed to file a tax return?
Did you make enough money to file a tax return?
So I make around 20 to 25 a year, and I was told that if you make any less than a certain amount, you wouldn't have to do it every single year. But then I'm also hearing things that 1099 people file every quarter. So, I'm kind of just getting pulled each way. But I would really like to get out of this whole thing and just get right into a rental property. But, this mess is starting to be where I can't even get a loan on one.
Well, I think even if you made 20 grand a year, I think you still, even if you're filing,
11.
even if you're not showing any income or whatever, or positive income, whatever, you should still have a couple of years tax returns. It's not too late for you to file for the past 2 years.
Yeah, you can do amended tax returns.
Oh, you never had one to amend.
Oh, yeah, you can do late tax returns.
Whatever you got to do, pay the fucking penalty, pay the fines, whatever they want. Let me tell you something. Without a tax return, you're dead in the water. Those days are over. Without no tax return, you can't prove who you are. So I would go anywhere. Find an accountant, or I don't know if H&R Block can help you or whoever. But you need to file for those years, at least the last 2 years that the bank requires, and then maybe you go FHA with 3% down.
All right, solid. Yeah, I just wanted to hear from the horses.
Yeah, you got to get your tax returns. Who the hell you calling a horse?
I love it from the bulls.
Heard it from the damn cow.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sitting on a farm right now with a couple of piglets.
Yeah, you heard it all right.
All right, thanks a lot. Go file your tax returns.
Yeah, go file your tax returns.
Be an American. File your tax returns.
Donald Trump ain't going to like that.
Yeah, he ain't showing his.
He files them, he just don't show them.
Hey, as long as you file them, you can't go to jail. You can go to jail for not you won't go to jail for not paying, but you go to jail for not filing. Okay? All right, what do you got, Raval? You got somebody else on the hook? Hello?
Bueno?
I'm Spotty.
Hello?
Hi, it's Ben and Vincent and Aaron, and we're here just to hear from you. What you got for us?
What's up, Ben? What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good.
How can we help you?
Good. So I'm calling. So I'm actually in law enforcement over here in Tampa.
You who?
And but I'm
He's a cop.
Forget it.
He's a cop?
He's a cop in Tampa.
Yeah.
This number has been disconnected.
I gotta go active warrants.
All right, cut that call off, Raval.
No. I shouldn't. I realized.
Are you on duty or off duty?
I am off duty.
Okay. I got a cop's number in my wallet in Tampa.
I got a couple
in case I get in trouble.
Hey, if I ever bump into you, Ben, I got a PBA with your name on it, so don't worry about it.
What did he say?
I don't know. He said something about PBA. I don't even know what that stands for. I
said a PBA card. You know what a PBA card?
You got a call coming in. That could be a 911. I mean, a 411.
That sounds kind of good.
What's a PBA card?
It sounds like a get out of jail free card.
I don't know. Anyway, tell us your problem, sir.
Anyway, so listen, I'm a mortgage loan originator, like on the part time. I'm licensed in the state of Florida, and I'm doing that, to kind of build up a little business on the side. Doing? But a mortgage loan originator. So I do
a mortgage loan originator? Oh, and a cop?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, so it's like good cop, bad cop. Okay, good.
But I'm currently doing a fix. I'm currently doing a flip with a coworker of mine in Tampa, out in East Tampa, and that's about to sell. So once it frees up some funds for me, I want to do a property by myself, and I have connections with a whole bunch of wholesalers in Tampa. I just don't know if I should do a fix and flip to generate some more capital for me, or should I do a buy and hold?
It's up to you. Are you looking to make a stack of big money? You go for the big money, you're going to do the flip. If you're going to hold it, you're going to get some income from it, but, the flip and the big money is in the sale. But you got to keep it at least a year, And then if you keep it a year, you can either 1031 it, so you don't you defer the tax, or you're going to pay 20%. But the big money's in the flip. Everybody wants to do the flip, But you got to think about what your tax ramifications are. Why don't you go to Suitcase City? Go to Suitcase City. I see bargains popping up all over there right now. All over.
Where's that? Suitcase
Fletcher.
City?
You don't know you're a cop in Tampa, and you don't know you're a cop in Tampa.
Temple Terrace. Nobody calls it Suitcase City.
No.
Temple Terrace. It's by 275
Okay,
in Fletcher.
but what's it called? It's not Suitcase City.
That's what we called it. We owned 1,000 apartments there.
Yeah, but it's not.
I called it Samsonite Village. It's Fletcher, baby.
In between Fletcher and Fowler, below Bruce B. Downs.
Yeah, right. I'm familiar with that. I was thinking Temple Terrace, West Tampa.
Temple Terrace, yeah. Temple Terrace is cool, yeah. I mean, where we can find the bargains at. Find the bargains, no matter where they're at. If you can find something that's a bargain, and buy it. But, especially if you're
I really wanted a duplex, though.
Well, they're out there.
Duplex, but I just...
Get out. You say
I don't want to tie my
wholesalers.
funds, though.
You don't want to tie your funds up. What do you mean? You're going to buy something, you fix it up, you get it worth more money, and then you either sell it or refinance it.
The duplex is going to
cost
almost
rental, I'm
as
gonna have
much
to
as the
sit
house.
on it. Right, if I get a duplex, I'm going to have to sit on it for some time before I can refinance.
How much money are you going to sit on?
It depends. Was it vacant before you bought it? It all depends on the asset before you purchased it. If you buy the thing and then let's say it's vacant, or if it only had one tenant, you go out and you fill that property up. You buy it, you fill it up. Now it's worth more money, so you can go out and you can get it refinanced. As long as you didn't stick yourself into debt that's non-payable, you can't do that. You don't want to have any prepayment penalties or anything like that. So long as your debt as long as you can pay off your debt, you can refinance anytime you want. Just remember, you're going to pay a percentage or a point or something like that as an origination fee. You're going to pay a loan fee.
He just said he's a loan originator. He ain't going to pay himself.
Oh, there you go. You get
wait a minute. Go get your own loan. You can't originate your own loan?
I wish I could. No, I can't.
Thank God you can't.
Yeah.
Shit, that's all we need.
That's what happened.
Sure,
I'll
originate this loan. Yeah, all right.
That's why we had the bubble crash.
Hey, but listen, just go out there and find a deal. So if you got to tie some money up for a little while, you tied it up in something you're investing in. That's the point of having money, is to tie it up in stuff that's going to make you more money. All right, officer?
Hold on, Ben. Let me ask you about
Hey, don't push me around. We got radio police brutality going on here.
Well, I'm from New York, too. So
Oh,
I'm
boy.
from New York, so,
You from Brooklyn?
The New York attitude.
You from Brooklyn?
No, I'm from Hell's Kitchen.
Me too. I grew up on 49th and 8th, 300 West 49th Street.
What?
Yeah.
I grew up on 51st and 10th.
Yeah. What year?
Well, I'm 30. I'm 32 years old.
I'm a lot older than you. It was nice. It's nice when you were there. It was a shithole when I was there. Shit.
My parents were there.
I came from a bigger ghetto
Let me
than
tell you something. The cops were tougher than the criminals where I came from.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we
don't
still
want
got
to go
an
there.
apartment there, rent control.
Rent control. Me too. All right, but mine's gone. But hey, good luck to you, officer.
Wait, hold on. So Ben.
Cops.
Wait, hold on.
What am I under arrest?
License and registration.
I have a $25,000 line of credit through Suncoast.
Okay.
Do you recommend me using that to secure a deal or no?
Depends what the rate is. How much you borrow money at? Get the money.
9%.
9%.
I mean, but you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't have the money to put down, then you got to borrow from your line of credit. If you have the money to do it, if you have the capital, then why borrow the money at 9%? But if you don't have it, you got to do it. Like you said, when you first started out, you were paying 12, 13%.
Why don't you just go shake down some drug dealers?
Yeah, I mean, the hard money rate. Hard money.
Too many HBO shows.
You've been watching The Wire.
Hard money right now is like 12% anyway, so that's better than hard money.
Yeah,
Suncoast loan.
that's why you got to work with banks. You really need to work with the banks, but that's a lot of money to pay. But I mean, you can do it for a little while until it's time to refinance and then pay it back. You can do that.
That's what he's saying. He's going to use that money to go buy a deal.
Hey, I got a guy. Go see the guy in Lucky's bar and tell him Whitey sent you.
Look, if you have to use that capital, use it. Just make sure you're using it for something that's going to bring you some more money. Don't go out and take that money and buy a boat. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, you have to make it.
No, I would never do
invest that money into something that's going to make a return for you.
I mean, use it, borrow it, no matter what it takes, as long as it makes sense and you're making money.
That's it. As long as you're making money.
So it sounds like it makes more sense to flip too, so I can just get rid of it.
The flip is the
bigger
payoff. The flip is the bigger payoff. You know, so you can build your nest egg. But let me ask you a question. Can I use your name if I get pulled over?
Yeah, everybody and the 1,100 other people are going to use his name that are watching us right now.
All right, officer. Thank you very much.
Email me your name later, please.
Man, you're the best, man.
Take care. Thanks a lot.
Email you. I got you, man.
Go big. Go for the duplex. Go big.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to get security.
Oh, thank you.
Go big.
Yeah, no, I don't need.
You don't need security.
Go, so
oh, and
all
somebody
right.
told us what the PBA card was. All right, next caller.
What's a PBA card?
Yeah, somebody else said a little bit.
What was it? What is it,
Pabst
Aaron? Go
Blue
ahead.
Ribbon
Tell
or
us.
something?
Oh,
What was
PBR?
it? PBA. It was
PBA.
something Police Brutality
PBA.
Association.
Patrolman.
B or B? PBA?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you.
What else you got? You got anybody else?
Let
Or
the
we
man
done?
talk.
Go ahead, sorry.
You like it.
Patrolman's. Oh, Benevolent Association.
Patrolmen's Benevolent
That
Association.
sounds like a charity you should be giving.
Benevolent.
Benevolent.
Cards are desirable.
I got the
in
sheriff
cities.
plates on my Rolls Royce. It says the wrap around the plates is sheriff. No,
Yeah, I got the bumper sticker "Ask Ben" on my Maserati. That gets me pulled over.
Yeah.
It doesn't get me out of it. Bumper stickers for sale, by the way. Clickbait or whatever it is. Bumper stickers. So Rafal can feed his
Polish family
his
of
Polish
19.
family.
Funny.
So
It'd be
go
funny
on
if
In
the
fact,
there.
his
cop-
mother just had another baby.
His mom had another.
It'd be funny if the cop pulled you over and he's just, you're like, oh, is
There's
everything all
another
right, officer?
sausage
He's
in
like,
the world.
he's like, oh, I just wanted to ask you about this this paperwork I got. Cap
Yeah.
rate. Is this a good
Let me
cap
pull
rate?
you
Like,
over
oh,
and
shit.
underwrite this deal for me, or I'm
He
giving
makes
you a
underwrite
ticket.
a deal for him while he pulled you over.
Hello, how are you today?
What's going on? This is Tyler. I'm watching you guys right now.
All right, well, we're watching
So
back
cool.
at you.
Hey, y'all
How are you?
live.
How can we
Cool,
help you?
cool. So I didn't want to waste much of your time, but first thing is, I was given a property by my grandmother, pretty bad condition, and I don't have a job right now. I have a company that I'm running called Toxic Media, and I'm also running a family nail salon. I don't have any money on paper, but I wanted to know what you think is best for me to do with this property that I was given, with my goal being that I'm trying to reach financial independence as soon as possible. My plan is to get a duplex, but my plans got ruined when I got laid off from my job. So now I'm just working in my own company and for my sister's business and collecting unemployment. So I'm just like, what should I do?
Did he just say he's working?
Never
and
say
collecting
you're working and
unemployment?
collecting unemployment.
You're not working.
You're volunteering. All right, listen, seriously, let's get down to it.
Tell him again.
And I don't want to go there. I don't want to be involved.
We're not
All
involved.
right, let's get down to it, okay? Your grandmother left you a house, right? Have you had the house appraised by or get an opinion from a broker how much it's worth?
I have not.
All right, you need to contact number
Property
one.
appraiser.
The only thing I can tell you, if you ain't got the money to fix it, if you don't have good employment right now, you're just trying to get your feet on the ground, then that house is all you got to get your feet on the ground. I'd sell it, and I would sell it because you're not going to pay tax on a small amount that you inherit. And I'd put that money in the bank and think about maybe, I don't know how much it's going to be. I don't know how much the house is worth, but you need money in the bank. That house is the house rented out? Is it bringing any income or no?
No, the house is pretty trash.
All right, so then
And,
just, I don't know, whatever it brings you, at least find out what your options are. Get somebody, a real estate agent that you know or trust, and say, hey, if we put this thing on the market, how much can you get me? That's what you got to find out, and then you got something to work with there. But that house sitting there falling apart ain't going to do you no damn good. You need to cash in whatever you got to build up money to go out and invest it. So if that's all you got, that's what you got to do. So call an agent up tonight and say, hey, this is where's the house at? What city?
It's in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, 45 minutes from Pittsburgh.
I don't know the market, but you need to get a local agent in that area that moves houses and tell you, listen, what can I get for this house? And then you decide, is it best to just If it's such a little bit amount of money where you might as well try to wait around and save up the money to fix it somehow, or dump it and put that money in your pocket.
Market's hot right now. You might as well try to sell it.
I try to sell
If
it.
you can't
Get the
fix
money.
it, if
There's
you can't
nothing
fix
better
it-
than money in the bank, especially if that thing's just sitting there falling apart and ain't making you no money. You still got taxes. You still got upkeep. I'd cash that sucker in and put that money in the bank. Hopefully it's a decent amount. All right?
Can I say something, Ben?
All right, take care.
Yeah. So,
What?
Ben,
Yes.
question. So after I have the house sold, I saved up about, I've got sit on $10,000 now. I know it's not a lot, but the goal is for me to get a duplex so that I can then, move forward with becoming completely
Let me ask you a
independent.
question.
So after
How
I
much
have
do you
the
think
house-
that house is
Yes,
worth
sir.
right now? How much is that house worth, do you think?
I'll probably get, and we bought it for $5 many years ago, and now I think you can get about probably 12 to 15, maybe 20. So it's not even a lot of capital I'll be working with. So I was thinking about getting, maybe even bulldozing it and trying to make money off the property by maybe doing advertising right there, put a billboard up, or even self-storage. So there's a couple ways I could
I'm not
go about
laughing
it.
at him.
And
What
I
I'm
also have-
laughing at is that it's possible in this country to buy a house today for $5,000 and $12,000. That's the part that I'm laughing at. Unbelievable. All right, so listen.
I thought he said
rural
500,000.
What happens if you? How much does that house need to be fixed up?
It needs roofing. It's too much money
Dollar-wise.
for it to be worth anything. And the location where it's at, it's in and out of great
All
part
right,
of town.
so
If
why don't
if
you try to get your
put
hands
too
on the
much money
12
for it.
grand? See if you get your hands on the 12 grand. Then you put it together with the 10 grand you got, and now you're twice as strong. You got 22 grand. And now you can start. I mean, what's
So
the
do
lot? How much is the lot worth? There's nobody building houses in that neighborhood, is there?
No.
Then you don't want to sell
No.
it. You don't want a lot. You don't want to sell it as a lot. Get your hands on the 12 grand. Put it together with the 10 grand you got. Now you're on the way. You got 22 grand to work with. Now go out and try to buy
Okay,
something.
so now what?
Put it in a duplex.
The point is, you got to
Do I
find
need
a
a
job. You need to find a job
Right.
on the books, okay? So a bank will loan you money, okay? You need the bank's
Right.
money. So otherwise, you're going to be
Right.
stuck with 22 grand. I mean, I don't know what you can do out there with 22 grand, mobile homes, or buy another house and fix it up and flip it. I don't know, but at least you'll have 22 grand.
I'm living in Philly right now.
You live in,
Yeah, I'm living in Philly right now. I'm trying to get a property out here, but so after I have the $24,000, the best bet is to get a job so I can get that 3.5% on the FHA loan.
Absolutely,
That would be your best
absolutely,
bet. Yeah,
and try to get a
For
fourplex.
how long
A
do
year
I
at
need
least.
a job for? I held a job early.
Honestly,
a year?
I don't want to tell you misinformation. You need to first sell that house, and then you need to go visit a person that specializes in FHA loans in your local bank. All right, you need to talk to professionals. You need to get somebody to sell that house for you, and you need to find somebody that can help you get a loan. Those are the only two things you need in life: brokers and bankers. All right, start using them.
And
That's
you
what
say
you
the
got to
same
do.
thing a lot.
Well, because
and
there's
that's
nothing
the
else
truth.
to it. It's nothing else. I depend on brokers and bankers, and then a little bit of my son. All right, have a great day, but good luck to you.
One last thing, Ben. One last thing since I got you on the line. Like I mentioned, I have a media company called TieFitsMedia.com. TieFitsMedia.com.
Oh, he's getting
I want to
advertising
know,
out of this.
how's your production going on over there?
You're talking to him right now.
It's not going good, I'll tell you that.
Oh, he's on you.
Hey,
This damn-
the production
You
guy
got
is
a
here right
podcast
now.
studio.
Help. One second. Wait. Because I know that you're trying to keep the production going and even probably make it better. Now, with the guy being there, could you guys use help on the editing side, the post-production side? I know he hates sitting on the computer for hours and hours, editing all the things that you say. Could you guys use help on the post-production side? Yes or no?
Anyway, email Rafal at our email, and I'll make sure he gets back with you. But we can't waste time talking about your production. And no offense.
Understood.
Plus, don't you have a client waiting
My
at the nail
email is
shop?
contact
What?
Contact at TieFitsMedia.com. Be on the lookout for it.
All right,
My
send
website
us
is
your
live.
email. Send us your email.
We got it. We got it. We
All
got
right,
your
send
phone
us your
number.
email.
even.
He
Hurry
does
up.
need help, though. Please.
Appreciate it.
All right, good luck. All right, what else we got? We got anything else? We gotta go. We gotta
Damn,
go.
Rafal,
late.
even the
7,
viewers can
7:15.
see
What?
that you messed
7-Eleven,
up.
7-Eleven, baby.
7-Eleven.
What do you mean? We
Wrap
just
it
started at 6:30
Wrap
because it
up.
took him so
No,
long.
we started at. We've been on
All
for
right,
an
he's
hour.
got to get home and he'll be in trouble. But Vincent,
Hour and 20
all right, Come on,
minutes.
who else you got? You got another caller?
He's got tons of callers, but
All right, one more caller. That's all you got? Oh, we got more. Vince is going to sit here all goddamn night. All right, let's go.
All right, I'm gone.
Peace out, homie.
How long are you gonna be? You're gonna
Don't worry about it.
Come
Go
on,
home. You
Fall,
can go
pick
home
some
if you
good
want.
callers or something. Pick some
I'd like to
random
go. I
stuff.
mean, you know.
Make them put
You
some
gotta go home and see your
information.
daughter before she goes to bed. I know. I used to do all that stuff. I've been there.
But now he just brings his son. When did you go home to see me before I went to bed? I never remembered
Oh,
that.
shit. Somebody did. Somebody did.
I'm like, wait, when was he there to put me to bed?
I'd be afraid if I heard him walk into my damn room. Like, why is he coming down the hall?
At my house, he's out there on the other side when I hear him walking in.
He's like, oh, Aaron gets under the covers and
All right,
locks
what do
the
you
door.
got?
Hello.
Hello, how are you today? How can we help you?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't tell me? Okay, well, let's see now. Oh, yeah. Who is this? Who are we talking? McDonald's? I'll take a large Big Mac, large fry, apple pie.
Don't forget the damn special
Milkshake.
sauce.
And a double fillet of fish.
All right, so we
Extra
called the wrong
cheese.
number.
You
Sorry.
forgot with cheese.
We
No worries.
we called the wrong number. Sorry about that. All right, take
All
care.
good.
What do you mean?
bye.
You're not calling?
Have a good night,
Wait,
fellas.
No, he called the wrong number. He's Polish.
This is the Ben
No.
Mallah podcast. Hey, do you have any real estate needs we can help you with?
he's calling random people.
Real estate needs.
Yeah.
You're
Where
live
you guys
on.
live?
You're live on the
Florida,
podcast.
Tampa, Florida. We got the real estate
Hey,
guru
I'm not
on the
gonna
line.
let me shut up. I'll get in trouble for real. But I got a girlfriend like this one time back in high school. I called the wrong number and she's like, "Oh, you sound good." And I
messing
met
with
her
the
and
guy.
it was.
There you go. And I don't.
All right, you're
this
live.
guy's
You're
not
live
the
on.
case, all right?
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. He hung up.
Rafal, you're really
Rafal.
screwed up now when you start calling wrong numbers. Ay, 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 ay.
Alrighty.
Oh, my God. What do we got? We're good? All right. So that was fun.
Tell us.
And have a good night. And we'll see you soon.
Aaron, take us out of here. Aaron, take us out of here.
All right, adios.
Amigos.
What? Ben
What?
Mallah,
No, tell him
Ben
tweet,
Mallah.
do this, do that,
Tweet.
like and
Make sure-
subscribe.
Hey, wait. Hit the like button, subscribe, get notifications on,
What else?
and
tweet
And
Ben
buy
Mallah.
merch.
Tweet
buy
Ben
merch.
Mallah a picture of
Buy
your
merch.
investment.
Buy
'Cause
merch.
It helps this poor Polish family.
And Aaron better get home and do his goddamn homework. Let's go.
All right.
Bye.
Good
I got
night,
a property
everybody. Good
showing
night.
tomorrow. I
Have
gotta
a good
get outta
day.
here.
I got 2 showings and an